Australia.
No, very crazy.
Really?
Two big cranes which are resting away on the former shoreline. Good morning, everyone. Sitting here in my hotel in Aral in Kazakhstan, planning what to do next. I think yesterday I read that the border pass in the west between Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan is closed. They're upgrading it, meaning no vehicle travel at the moment. And that means I've got a different route to plan. I think I knew about the border closing, but it was supposed to be opening in May, which is now. It didn't. It's postponed to September. So now I have to go around. The funny thing is, the next border crossing is something like 1,500 kilometers away from the one in the west. I'll show you on the map what the difference between the two routes is. That means also it's difficult to visit the sites in Uzbekistan. I wanted to go to Khiva, I wanted to go to Bukhara. On my way to Dushanbe in Tajikistan. So now I have to take a different route. Luckily there are some good sites on the way here as well. I can visit the Aral Sea, I can have a look from a distance at the spaceport of Baikonur, and also in the south of Kazakhstan, in the area of Turkestan. Some interesting things to do, so I'll probably visit there. I'm not sure how many days I'm going to take to get to Dushanbe, but it should be like 5 to 7 days or so. In the end, this route is 700 kilometers longer than the other one, which means at least a day of travel. Yeah, that's how things go. If one path closes, you have to open another one. But for the next 2 days, it just means getting distance. Don't want to do such a long day as I did yesterday, but still these days are going to be long to get to Aralsk. The reason for visiting Aralsk is of course the Aral Sea, which has been drying up, but lately is being restored from the Kazakhstan side. I want to see what that's about and how all those vessels are just laying on the beach now. So I'm planning to do some kind of excursion there. But it's still a 2-day drive to get there, and the road conditions in Kazakhstan so far they vary a lot. Yesterday, let's say the first 250 kilometers were perfect roads, smooth conditions, and then the roadworks were going on, so for 10 kilometers it was pure off-road on dirt, with big trucks passing and stuff like that. So, well, I'm curious to see how it is going today. I'm going to stick to the main roads so far, no shortcuts, because the shortcuts are going to be a disaster here in Kazakhstan. More holes than tarmac. So that's the plan for the coming days. Not much sights on the way, a mosque here and there, and just get the mileage in until I get to Aralsk.
semaforo dalle palle. I went in USA 3 or 4 times and I rent a electric glider.
Good.
Electric glider. Top. Electric glider.
Are you all riding BMWs? Everyone? Okay, cool.
Volevo sentirti parlare in bene.
You are really crazy, really. Te manca un po' qualcosa qua, cazzo. Viene dall'Olanda, sta andando in Australia.
No, very crazy.
Vedi?
Come on, you're here!
Io anche pazza, anche io crazy perché però Olanda, Australia.
Top! Just a moment.
Kazakhstan. I just picked up my laundry at reception and now I'm heading to breakfast. Yesterday, as expected, boring drive. Did see a few camels, did meet a motorcycling group from Italy, 10 men strong, riding BMWs, but nothing more. Same day today. New destination. Destination is Aral, at the Aral Lake, which is, like most people know, dried up. I hope to show that in the afternoon, but it's another 8.5 hour ride over long stretch out plains, grassy plains, nothing more to see, just get the miles in. So that's the plan for today. 600 plus kilometer ride. Expected to take 8.5 hours. Road conditions so far have been great. And now it's time for breakfast. I think all the essentials are here. I'm just gonna enjoy my food and get on my way. standing here at the port of Aral, at where the Aral Sea used to be. This is the famous fourth biggest lake in the world that dried up because the Soviets diverted the river flows feeding it. They're trying to restore it now. You see here some of the old boats and the kids around, and here, let's say, all the port structure and the water being way too low. There used to be shipwrecks here, we can't see them anymore. Some small fishing boats. But this is kind of a museum now, where they showcase what used to be here. Somehow I do hope that they manage to fill the lake again. I think that would be nice, and maybe this industry can get resurrected. That would be a good thing. We're walking here along more ships that used to be in the Aral Sea, and now I think they're part of some kind of open-air museum. I think these look like the original ships. I'm not sure about the lighthouse, whether that's original or not. Talking about that little thing over there. And I'll give you one more overview with the lighthouse on the left. The boats that used to be working in the fishery industry here, but also the port infrastructure and those two, I wouldn't say little, two big cranes which are resting away on the former shoreline. And there's some water in here now. The white stuff's probably salt. I think this is a nice mural of days gone past. The good old days when there was still a lake. Thought I'd go local today, and that means a nice fish and chips, and I make people laugh, and the table next to me always good. Have a nice too.
Australia!
No, very crazy.
Vedi?